These lessons, these learnings call for a celebration, don't they? There's almost, an invitation just to celebrate life and to celebrate the second story, to celebrate the hope, to celebrate the skills that have been, uncovered, that have been unveiled, and that the children have come to experience during this whole exercise. And so this brings us to the fourth part of the exercise, that is the certificate. The Tree of Life certificate. And my lovely friend Stan Watt designed the certificate, but I noted it as fun. I need to remove it and take away. But this was a beautiful certificate that was developed by a friend of mine called Stan Watt before he left for Canada. He quickly put something together before the exercise that we did with the children. And I've used Loveness and Spelile, this tree, as an example of how the certificate would read. But basically, as the exercise is going on, because I was working in this particular context with the counselors that were already working with the children, as the children speak about their skills and they speak about their abilities, the counselors were involved in sort of jotting down and taking notes about what they were learning from each child. Because this would be important information that would go into the certificate. So we have a certificate that is awarded to Loveness Chira, that is the name of the child, for proving to herself and others that she has skills and abilities that have and continue to sustain her in her life. She also has special people in her life and has special dreams and hope for her future. And her skills and abilities include caring for others, cleaning, sewing, and whatever else the child may have identified. And her hopes and dreams are to be a businesswoman and to get married and to have children, to please her mother who wanted her to have a good life. And then also, she would like to appreciate the following people in her life: her mother, her teacher, her friend Spelile, and Granny. All right? So this would be sort of the certificate that almost embraces what has come out of the Tree of Life. And there's an opportunity at the end, as you see here with the children, an awarding of this particular certificate. And what we did is we invited people who were at the clinic, because we're doing this in a sort of clinic center, and we're able to invite a handful of people, about 10 people who came to participate in this certificate giving ceremony. I tell you, it was such a special experience for the children. And for some of them, it was the first time to get a certificate and to be acknowledged, to come up front and to have people acknowledge and to embrace you. And and I remember she spoke about how the certificate would serve as a reminder to her about the hopes and dreams that she has for her life and that she has a future. So she was saying, I would put it up in my wall in my bedroom, and it would remind me of the fact that I have a hope for the future. So this would end with a song. We've dreamt for a long time to come up with a Tree of Life song, which we have not achieved at the moment, but obviously the children had suggestions and ideas about a song that they would like to sing at the ceremony. Very beautiful, very nice, very encouraging, and ending the experience on a very high note, and children taking away something that they could always have to capture the essence of the experience. But also with working with the counselors, we had a discussion about sometimes the challenges that we have in our work that relate to sometimes having had this wonderful experience with the children, but thinking about what's going to happen home. Will the people understand? Will they know? How do we bridge the gap between experiences that children have in a group setting together and what their parents or caregivers know and understand about their lives? So what we did is then we invited every child to write a letter. To write a letter to their caregiver or someone special at home. And it reads, today we did a very nice thing. It is called the Tree of Life. In the tree, I say that I want to grow up to be a mechanic. You know that I love fixing things. Like the day on Monday, I fixed the TV. I think that's meant to be the TV when it was not working. If I'm a mechanic, I'll be like my father because he used to fix lights. And then he says, Gogo, which is granny, I want to grow up to be strong so that I can take care of you and Sandy. And then he says, Gogo, thank you for the new uniform that you bought sorry? Gogo, thank you for the new uniform that you bought for me and the nice things that you get for us always. You are good and special. And then it says, I invite you to support group. Yeah? And I think we acknowledge that some of the caregivers may be illiterate, and then we encourage the children to go back and read the letter and explain what the letter says. So this was really trying to narrow the gap in terms of children experiences and their parents and caregivers experiences, as well as the Tree of Life. That's something to take home and also to share with the rest of the members of the family. At this point, can I say thank you? Yes. This is the Tree of Life exercise. Trying to just bring narrative ideas and work with them in our context, in our local context, in our own experiences in the same groups, but trying to see how we can make experiences more meaningful for children. Yeah. Thank you. Love you.
Asante sana, asante sana, asante.